It's digital footprint time, baby. Hello and welcome to another installment on the Arnie Laguni YouTube. Arnie Laguni? We're gooning. Hello and welcome to another video on the Arnie Laguni YouTube channel, where today I have positioned myself very deliberately in front of this sick-ass painting, and we're going to be looking through some more of my past. We're going to be continuing our adventure through my digital footprint. It's going to be a ride. Now, something that I completely neglected to do in the first digital footprint video was reacting to what, as far as I can tell, is the first video I ever posted on YouTube. This was in 2011, so I would have been 7.5 years old. The video was called How to Organize Your Purse, period. And for some reason, it accumulated 391 views and 7 likes before I made it private at some point. I don't want to preface this video too much, so I'll just say what I think is most important, and that's the fact that I didn't wear a purse at this point in my life. In fact, there have been very, very few points in my life in which I did wear a purse, but I certainly was not wearing a purse in 2011 because, as established, I was 7 years old. Also, the YouTube channel is called Looney Lagera's Looney Channel, which honestly, for an 11-year-old, pretty good. Go subscribe to Looney Lagera's Looney Channel, help us get to 1 million subs. And without further ado, let's get into this video that I recorded vertically with my iPod Touch.
Hi, my name is Autumn, and I'm going to show you
Just the sweetest little voice you've ever heard. The one paw print decal on the wall behind me is doing so much work. It's kind of everything. That paw print walked so that this fuck-ass painting of a grasshopper could run.
So I always put, like, a book or two in just in case I get bored. And I'm just in a really boring place. That.
Okay, a book. SpongeBob book, it looked like. And something else.
I always bring my journal.
I always bring my
Pencil,
journal.
a marker, and my lucky eraser.
I guarantee you there was nothing special or lucky about that eraser.
And I always bring a little game. So I was thinking of bringing my magnetic camera.
Of course you were, my sweet
Of course, this is
child.
backwards too.
It's not backwards to you. I didn't understand how cameras worked.
Now I'm going to show you how I organize it. Sorry.
Okay, so much to talk about here. First of all, I put it all in the purse and then said, now I'm going to show you how I organize it, and dumped it all out. And then also I sneezed and just, hang on.
Sorry.
Achoo. Sorry.
What I do here
Tell us, Queen.
is take all my writing utensils
Take your writing utensils.
and I put them at the bottom.
Okay, that's a good place to put them.
I put them in order from biggest to smallest. Now, of course, it's not going to stay like
Right, of
I
course,
always
yeah. Okay.
Then I put the magnetic hangman on the side, right here.
We can totally see
The
that, yeah.
journal right in front of it.
Right in front.
Put this book right in front of the journal.
This book, specifically this book.
And put that book right there.
Put that
And
book right
voila.
there.
Sorry. That's how I organize my purse. How do you?
Wow. Okay, so we started off strong in 2011. Honestly, I think we peaked early. Honestly, I think there's nothing I can ever make that will be better or more earnest than this video was. And this video was a total lie. I didn't bring a purse with me. I didn't bring those specific books and that specific journal with me everywhere I went. It's all a lie. Magnetic hangman? I wasn't bringing that shit anywhere. Okay, cool. That, Well, moving on from that, I suppose. Now, I said we would do more Video Star, and I do intend to do that. What I did not realize when I was filming the last video, and I should have realized because it's obvious, is that including music in a YouTube video will get you copyrighted. And I managed to avoid it last time, by which I mean I had to do some really, really choppy last-minute edits in the built-in YouTube editor in which I just took out the audio at those parts. But I don't want to do that this time because that sucked. So what I did was I found a video star that has a song that will not get us copyrighted because it was one of the like royalty-free songs that was just provided through Video Star. So this is called Boys Like You music video. This is from 10 years ago. Holy shit, so loud. It feels worth noting that this stupid song that is just kind of nothing, I still get it stuck in my head to this day. Like, I will just randomly be like, I've been around a time or two, for no reason. The unbreakable bond between a 10-year-old and the song that they make a video star to in their bedroom. Okay, we've got our classic take the glasses off, put a hoodie on to show that I am playing a different character. Also, I think that was my cat's tail going back and forth across the screen, which is really sweet. That cat is no longer with us, so that's a fun little memento. But hang on, going back, I want to analyze my posters. We've got Teen Beach Movie poster, based, R5 poster. I never listened to R5. I only knew Ross Lynch from Austin and Ally. And Teen Beach Movie. Big Time Rush poster, based. Divergent poster. Theo James, who plays 4 in Divergent poster. And I can only assume there's a 4th Divergent poster behind me. Also, what am I sitting? I'm sitting on an inflatable chair. Fascinating. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I feel like I've gotten a bit more charismatic in this video star than in some of the other ones. You're giving me a heart attack. Cool. You know, you better think fast, so baby, let's go and never look what back. The hell? Girl, I know we just met, but I think that we could be the best. If we never ever try, then we'll never ever know. Just say, come on, baby, let's go. You know. I take back what I said about the charisma. That was just me staring down the camera, clearly trying to remember the lyrics to that rap part that was not at all fast. Cool. Whoa, jump in the air, okay. Spinning, we're spinning. Whoa, I made a heart, it sparkles. Okay, don't shake your butt. You're a child. Balloons. Okay. I'm not doing the O for ooh, which is shocking. And now we're spinning again. And staring down the camera and smiling. Okay. Once again, my main critique is that the edits do not fit the lyrics even a little bit. All in all, that was a fun time. It's very 2014. The description says, Boys Like You music video with the pop punk. I forgot that was a thing that I tried doing at one point. I tried to be the pop punk. I wanted that to be like my screen name. What do you prefer, Arnie Lagooby or the pop punk? I feel like you get the gist with the video stars at this point. I mean, let me know if you disagree and you'd like to see more, but there are more things of substance that we can be watching. Now I think it would be fitting to watch the first video I ever made that actually got some decent traction. This was a storytime video I did 8 years ago called Wearing Pajamas to School on the Wrong Day. And yes, that is a thing that happened to me. I should be at least a bit more charismatic in front of a camera at this point, but we'll see, I suppose.
Sup, people of the internet. Today I'm going to be telling you a story about what was probably the most embarrassing 30 minutes of my entire life. And this is the story of when I wore pajamas to school when it wasn't pajama day. And this happened last Friday. So it all started when I woke up. I had a...
Okay, the Dan is not on fire-isms are coming out.
And I thought that it was last Friday. And I was planning to wear my onesie. Of
oh dear.
All the things in my little pajama collection, it had to be a onesie. Then the bus came. Now, I am one of the first stops, so there weren't that many people on the bus at that time. But I can tell you right now that not a single one of them was wearing their pajamas.
This is, you know, for a 7th grader, this is surprisingly put together, especially because, I mean, not that I really remember this, but I don't think I wrote a script or anything. I think I was just, like, off the cuff telling the story. So, you know, drastic improvement from everything else we've watched.
And I was sitting there wearing a onesie and trying to hide it because I was suddenly starting to doubt.
What do you mean trying to hide it?
And I decided it was probably a good idea to text my mom. And I told her that I had a feeling that it wasn't pajama day at all. And her response to me was to stop worrying because I hadn't been doubting myself before I got on the bus. Now, that makes sense because she thought that I was just feeling insecure. Well, no, Mom. The reason I was feeling insecure and doubtful was because no one else on the bus was wearing their pajamas. I was the only one. And I was wearing a onesie.
Sound logic. Sound logic.
So as soon as I got into the building, I saw one of the posters on the wall that said when pajama day was, and I ran over to it, and it said Friday, December 23rd. Now, if you remember from before, this was on the 16th.
If I remember from 3 minutes ago, yeah. This is really cute. I thought it was gonna feel more like watching myself in this video because, like, I don't know, by the time you reach middle school, you're like a person. Probably not a good person, but a person. But this just doesn't, this is just some kid. I like this kid. They're funny and I like what they've got going on, but it doesn't feel like me. Not in a bad way, not in a good way, just in a, this is a person. Pretty good anecdote. It's also like, it's hard to connect with this story because it is so inconsequential, but it's kind of bittersweet how much little things like this seem to matter when you are 12 years old. Okay, this is quite a long video, and I mean, if you're wondering how the story ends, basically my mom brought me some people clothes to change into so that I didn't have to walk around in a onesie all day. That's the rest of the story. I didn't think it was super interesting, but it got 1.7 thousand views, which, you know, not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but a lot for little old me back in the day. The Club Penguin rant. Okay, this was an important one for me. It has been a very, very long time since I watched this. I don't know if I've watched this since I uploaded it, but I remember I put a lot of time and effort into it. I think I like borrowed my mom's MacBook so that I could use iMovie. iMovie on a MacBook, I was like, this is the cream of the crop. This is the best editing you can get. That's what I thought when I was 12 years old. And this video, it was very important to me because it was announced in 2017 that Club Penguin would be shutting down permanently. Maybe you can tell from the everything about me, but Club Penguin was very, very important to me. A very big part of my childhood and my tween years. I played that game religiously. My wonderful dear mother paid for a membership for me for so long. I could talk so much about Club Penguin. Let me know if you want me to talk so much about Club Penguin. I will be happy to. But yeah, so this is the video I made about how Club Penguin was shutting down and how I was devastated about it. And honestly, I think I was probably hoping that like I was gonna do something here. Like this video was gonna go viral and then like people would start petitioning for Disney to change their minds and not shut the website down. That was my dream. That didn't happen. But you know, a respectable 106 views on this video. And yeah, I'm excited to see this one. I remember I really went all out on the effects, so let's see.
I'm mad, okay? I'm very mad. You know why I'm mad?
Tell
because
us.
Club Penguin, the game that was my childhood for 7 or 8 years, is closing down later this month. What? No. First of all, you can't do that.
Okay, the audio quality is so bad. Good use of music though. Good use of effects so far. I like the background, all of the stuffed animals. Very, very good setting of the scene.
I started playing in 2007 and played until 2015.
Impressive.
So what, that's 8 years? We're going to ignore the fact that I still played in 2015, which is only 2 years ago. Listen, the game is great, okay?
No, don't be insecure. Don't be insecure. It's a great game. It's a great game. You're still a child.
There are like 18-year-olds who play that game still, and they love it, and they make blogs about it and YouTube videos. And if the game wasn't closing down, I would probably be one of those people. But guess what? I'll never be one of those people because the game is closing down. If you weren't aware.
Never say never. There are reboots. Comment down below if I should become a Club Penguin YouTuber.
By the way, if anyone doesn't know, but I find it kind of crazy if you don't know.
Oh my god. So loud.
Club Penguin is a virtual world where you play as a penguin that you create. And
Again, the editing. See, it's pretty good.
you get to waddle around and make friends and have fun. And that's exactly what I did. And that's what millions
The Zoom, okay.
have been doing for years and years, since 2005, some people, when the game first released. That's how long this has been a part of everyone's lives. And now, all of a sudden, it's just like closing it down. Closing it down. It's because they're making Club Penguin Island. They're closing down the original Club Penguin just so they have the money and the budget to make Club Penguin Island. Are we just gonna let a really terrible criminal escape from his deserved punishment? Because this is not allowed. This guy, he needs to be locked up, okay?
Whoa.
He needs to be locked up. Yeah,
Whoa.
Do you guys remember Operation Blackout? That party.
So true. Operation
great.
Blackout. November
Operation
2012.
Blackout 2012 party. Best party Club Penguin has ever
Almost in
had.
sync. Holy shit.
Except the ultimate snow
The
race
Great Snow Race.
and the Winter Fiesta in 2007.
Those are still solid picks. Solid picks. Right, okay.
And no one in the future is going to know about those parties or about Club Penguin at all. 100 years from now,
That's a bold statement.
nobody in the world is going to know what Club Penguin is, except like the kids.
Things get archived,
From the
actually.
parents.
That's
It taught people things. I learned things from that game.
Like
I
what?
learned about
Tell us.
caring for pets.
Yes.
I learned about proper use of money. What's
Yes.
the deal with Club Penguin Island though? Like, is that gonna be horrible? Because I don't want it
Yes.
to be horrible. I have no idea what it's gonna be.
it's gonna
How
suck.
different it's gonna be from the original
Very
Club
different.
Penguin. I have no idea what's gonna are the Puffles gonna be there? I did pre-register.
who cares?
But the game better not be horrible, I swear. If
It
it's
is.
better than the original Club Penguin, which it won't be,
It won't
but
be.
if it is, whoever did make this a reality, I will hug them, okay? Can I promise that? Can I promise that one day I will hug the creator of Club Penguin Island if it turns out to be a success?
Glad I don't have to keep that promise.
Some scribbles for some dibbles.
Alright, cool. Pretty solid video again, I must say, for a, you know, little old me. Pretty solid. I was gaining confidence, I was getting a better understanding of how the YouTube thing worked. I was watching a lot of Dan and Phil. Speaking of Dan and Phil, I'm sure there's something that you've been waiting to see. If you watched my first reacting to my digital footprint video, you probably saw this, and I teased that I had made a recreation of that video a few years later, and I said that we would watch that in this video, so we're gonna do that. Recreating the most cursed video on my channel because I'm a clown. August 14th, 2019. Okay, pause before we get too into this. Now, I commented on the costuming last time. It was pretty good. Phil in the panda shirt, Dan in just black. I feel like this, honestly, is a downgrade. I mean, you know, it still makes sense. Phil in a bright color, Dan in a dark color, but it's not quite as on point. I mean, Panda's kind of perfect, but you know, we'll see if I bring out some sparkly jackets or something like last time, and hats. We'll see where it goes. Also, still filming in the bathroom, but different shower curtain now.
Whenever I'm alone, or if I'm feeling grey, there's one place I can go to brighten up my day. It makes me want to sing. But wouldn't it be good if I could
This feels more
sing
natural.
it with a
Oh,
friend?
hand got cut off a little bit by the split screen. That's okay.
Okay, fine, whatever, I'll join in too.
It does feel more natural, I will say that. Ooh, okay. There's no hard cut this time as we get into the shower.
I might go outside and feel more
Okay,
alive. With
I stand corrected. Yeah,
I guess I'd be fit. I'd stop posting shit.
rubbish.
But Tumblr's a part of me.
There's so many websites and so little time.
So is it not gonna cut at all? Because last time I isolated each part.
The internet is here.
No hats either?
The
Come on.
internet is great.
Put your heart into it.
When you've got lots of followers, who needs a real mate? It might be antisocial, but these days that is fine.
Find friends that share your hobbies, even if they're freaky.
Wow, okay. Really a sign of the time.
Internet is great when you've got lots of followers. Who needs a real mate? Without the internet, we never would have met.
That was the scariest thing I've ever seen. I was clearly very committed to doing this each part in one take. And also I was very committed to maintaining the split screen, which I appreciate the effort, but it just means that my movements are so much more restrained and lower energy than they were in the first one. It just doesn't have as much heart or soul, which is kind of disappointing. I was hoping that this would be an improvement. Okay, Phil.
Or if you spend your life drawing whiskers on your noses.
Even if your chances of getting tanned are slim.
Or if you live vicariously
Are we
through the
gonna have
life of
Dylan?
a sim.
Chote Zombo.
That's not what I expected.
The internet is here. The internet is great when you've got lots of followers. Who needs a real mate? It might be anti-social, but these days that is fine. 'Cause life is so much better. Life is so much better. Life is so much better when you spend it.
The cakes again. The emoji pants. Oh my gosh. Go back behind the curtain. Okay. I gotta say, overall, I'm kind of disappointed in that performance. So I guess what that means is that I have to do it again. I mean, the rule of threes, right? I did it twice. That means I have to do it a third time. And I need the third time to be better than the previous two times combined. I don't know why I'm gesticulating so much, but I'm gonna, okay. As of the time that I'm recording this, the first reacting to my digital footprint video that I made has 79 likes. I think with the somewhat larger audience I've attracted since I first uploaded that video, I think we can easily, if we all try really hard and we're all dedicated, I think we can get this video to 100 likes. And if we get this video to 100 likes, and only then, I will make a third one of whatever those are that we just watched. I'll do it again. I don't have the face masks anymore, but I'll see what I can do about that. And I think that about wraps up this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, hope you had fun. Let me know what your favorite video that we reacted to today was. Let me know if you want to see another one of these. I think I've got more of a digital footprint for at least one more video. There's also some, I hesitate to even say this. There's some fan fiction from my past that we could perhaps look at. That could be fun. I don't know if it will be fun for me, but it could be fun for you. This was the most fun I've ever had.